A disabled person reviews Disabled Meteorite Part 43 because of Mr. Terupt. This is a very tough read, but it made my teacher heart melt in the very best of ways. This book follows 6 kids in their 5th grade class with extra special teacher Mr. Terupt, who we later learn has an invisible disability of multiple concussions that end up being important later in the book. Not going to spoil it for you, but I think they handled all of it really beautifully. But I will also say, like, why was a doctor giving out patient information to random children who claimed they knew the patient? That feels like a violation of HIPAA. I also totally forgot that earlier in this book, Mr. Terupt has a student spend time in the special education classroom, and it's super great. It's handled really well. Other than the fact that the kids equated the disabled kids with stupidity and also threw around the R slur a semi-decent amount, but in all fairness, this is how children talk, so it was hard to read, but it wasn't wrong. There was also a lot of bullying and fat jokes as part of that bullying. Again, really hard to read, also fully accurate. I do think that the R slur could have been better called out a little bit in the book. Down syndrome was also referred to as a mental disorder, which isn't totally correct, but this book was published in 2010, so I'm gonna give it a pass for that. There's also a whole lot of autistic coding for a lot of the characters, but disability rep aside, one of my favorite parts about this book is that the kids are handling a lot of trauma, both at home and at school, and people think they're too young to understand it and therefore don't properly explain it to them or handle it with them, so they're left even more anxious about it, and that comes out in their actions. Trauma-informed teaching is my thing. Y'all know this at this point, and I really loved how this book handled it and talked about it in a reasonable, age-appropriate way. This book is heavy, but in the best way, and I definitely recommend the read, particularly if you've ever been saved by a teacher or you've been that teacher to save somebody else.